Did you hit the live?
Oh, we live. My bad. I said 5, 4, 3, 2 and didn't say that. I don't care.
Yeah. Welcome to the hangout before the hangout. Reggie's not telling people that we're going live. That's fine. I'm always
Let y'all know
ready.
right now.
Ready?
Reggie is on adrenaline, boy, because it has been a hell of a weekend. I am on call for work. So your man is out here. I may be dancing. Just know that the fatigue is here, but we about to power through. Got some good things we're going to talk about today, boy.
Fatigue.
What the fuck? Page unresponsive. Y'all fucking up already.
Please just be a fence all around us every day.
Every day.
A warm up beverage. It would only be appropriate to have a.
Mine's water, brother.
Allegedly. Or maybe it's a really, really big. Jesus. If that was vodka, you'd destroy.
I was about to say, well, we going to find out if I'm lying or not in about 10 minutes.
Momentarily. Keep on turning me up. Boy, destroy yourself.
Not your boy.
A gin. Woo.
Nah, I ain't ready for that. I'm not. I don't know if I don't know if I ever be ready for that.
You got to go through it.
Yeah.
Only way is through.
All right, let me open up the list. All right, what are we talking about today on the pregame? Oh, we talking about Let me turn this down. I don't want to turn it down, man.
What happened to waterbed? This is actually an act of war. This is an act of war in the state of Texas.
Let me ask you something.
Don't ask me. We didn't talk all day. We've talked 4 or 5 times today. Hey, you want to wait right until we get on live to ask me something about Tory Lanez. Come on. We need to change. This ain't gonna be the
it ain't gonna be here tomorrow.
We ain't got canceled yet. That's the name of this show. We ain't got canceled yet.
Keep on. Hey, that should be it. Are we canceled? That's gonna be our slogan. The Splash Cast with Reggie and Norwood. Are we canceled yet?
Nope. No, that is not. That is not. I a lot of time doing that. I just sat here for over an hour.
You did.
Trying to. I'm gonna tell you. Number one, I'm trying to find videos and save them, which ain't easy for whatever reason. Then I have to find the Stone Cold intro, and I got to put together a production list at the same time. And I'm literally like, It's too much. It's too much, but never too much. I had to do something. Yep, there, maybe back.
Yeah, I'm back. Yep. I'm back.
But let me finish my statement. Yeah, Drake disappointed us, every single one of us. And since Drake disappointed us, the only thing that I could do was to make up with fantastic music from all around the world. And thank God that the music industry did not let me down. Before we even get to it, I would tell y'all to just peruse that new Snoop album. I have a new appreciation for Snoop Dogg and all of his music. He is extremely talented. He's made a bunch of music that I really didn't expect him to make. That's my fault. I forgot about Sexual Eruption and how good that was.
Come on, man. You could have said sensual seduction like they do on the radio.
Realist podcast in the world. You think I'm editing myself? Crazy as hell. But the music is great. It's a lot of good music that came out. There are exactly 2 good songs on the Drake album. And that's all I really want to hear. I gave it another spin to check. I'm sure that next summer I will like maybe two more of those songs. I'm not going to sit here and say that I like all of them. It is a little Frank Oceany to me, and that monotony kind of it kills me. I know that a lot of y'all like Frank Ocean a lot more than I do. So for a lot of people, I think
The Drake album. So the Drake album reminds me of going to an all inclusive resort in Aruba or Jamaica or the British Virgin Islands. Like that's what that's what you
no,
hear.
it doesn't. No,
Yes, yes, it does. You didn't let me finish my statement. You just talked for 10 minutes. When
okay,
you,
go ahead. I'm gonna fix you here momentarily.
when we walked into our honeymoon, and we went to Aruba, and when you walked into the resort, that's the type of music that was playing, or it was like some type of mix with a Drake sounding person or Drake to a similar beat, something just like that.
Yes. So what I'm gonna tell you is Calvin Harris is going to have an album come out very soon. That funk wave sounds 3 or 4, whatever it is, and it's gonna kick Drake's ass. So y'all may like this, but I would suggest now that no, because Drake, that music sounds good because Drake made it. But and I am a big Drake fan. Do not mistake me for an Aubrey hater. I am a big supporter of Drake, but I know what things are supposed to sound like, and I know what that sounds like. And I'm gonna tell you, number one, if you give Tory Lanez this same album, he makes a way better album. And when I tell you this Calvin Harris is gonna smoke his boots, and you're gonna really, yes, okay, I can get with that. Not Kev, Sneaky, but yes, I don't like Drake's voice on this. Is the reason that I say that Tory and Drake are kind of similar, that they both can sing and they both can rap, but Tory's a better singer, Drake is a better rapper. This is where you can see that Drake really ain't a better singer at all. He's a mediocre singer at best.
He's the male Jennifer Lopez.
Hell no. Hell no. If and I gave you all my trust, would you comfort me? Would you, baby? Y'all remember that?
You don't think Drake Drake would sound? He sounds like the male. If that sounds like a male, that female verse.
Drake would sound that.
It would sound the exact same. He would just slow it down. That's October's very own. But man, let's get back into these sports, man. Sports. So it's the pregame, y'all. We are now done with the finals. And when I say done, I mean we've covered the finals. We talked about it. We talked about the Celtics collapse. We talked about them losing 3 in a row. We talked about the Warriors.
Get one.
We talked about the Warriors. Judge me on you. Oh, see, and you know what? And Noah would know I'd be succumbing to peer pressure too, though. That sucks. No, I can't, brother. Nope. Because this is dated. Yeah, this is dated, brother. I can't do that. They'd be like, hey, kid, you know. But anyway, the Warriors, man, we talked about the Warriors, but now let's talk about the pettiness that is the Warriors. Let's talk about Wiggins and his decision. What basically will they be back? Who will be back? And let's talk about everybody now finally admitting that this is a dynasty. You know, no, a lot of people were not calling them a dynasty. A lot of people were not giving them credit because they were saying they had to get 2 rings with KD in order to do it. Well, and they had to beat LeBron and all that stuff.
El Stupido.
But you know, one of the things with longevity, one of the things that makes a dynasty is longevity. This has been, what was it? They won 4. They lost 2. So 4 out of 6 years they were in the finals, and the only reason they weren't in the finals, I ain't gonna say the only reason, but one of the main reasons they weren't in the finals those 2 years is because the 2 best players on the team at the time got hurt. Like, oh man, what happened?
I don't know what people are thinking. The Warriors are a dynasty. The last time you seen a team play this good for any amount of time was the Heat. Before that, the Spurs. Before that, the Lakers. Nobody else has had a hold on any part of the NBA other than those teams. Everybody else is a one-off, one and done. Get yours and get on out of here. Yes, it's the Warriors. And yeah, I want to. What do you think these kids who've lived 10 years? Who do you think that they think? People just don't like the Warriors. I've come to that conclusion, and I'm okay with that.
They definitely don't like the Warriors because look at this. 2015, she took the world by storm. Steph's oldest daughter, and was at Riley.
She about to go to college.
Everywhere. Now, 7 years later, she's about to go to, I believe she's in middle school, about to go to high school.
College.
Why are you playing?
College.
That's 7 years ago.
She'll be at Hampton next year.
And now, she was the only one, and now, look, it's two more. It's two more there. So, man, shout out to Steph. Shout out to the Warriors for doing what they do when it comes to being a dynasty and finally getting that respect when it comes to them, man.
Why did y'all not respect them before? Stop. New word I've learned, pendejo.
I ain't a new word for me. I worked at Cracker Barrel in college where they had all Spanish people, and I learned that word the first day. Look at your boy Klay, though. Look at this. This is what I really want to talk about right here. Your man's Klay Thompson is out here.
Down goes Frazier. My bad. I mean, he going full Tom Brady. I don't blame him.
He does it every year.
He's had an awful 2 years. I broke my leg basically twice.
I broke my leg and then tore the muscle that holds the leg and foot together.
Leg is broke twice. Let me tell you.
Well, you said leg fell off. Leg fell off.
I'd be in a motor scooter, drunk, drinking and driving. Hey, I need y'all to make this wheelchair accessible for me. I plan to have a really good time tonight. Yeah. There's no way. I am doing, yeah.
Ooh. Let's talk about Draymond. Let's listen to Draymond. This is one of my favorites.
Yeah, all of them.
It's live TV, right? Yes, sir. Fuck 'em. What's the words? Y'all got Mr. Fab over here because y'all just knew I was going to stop if I see him and do this interview. But if they ever die, this live TV, right? Yes, sir. Fuck 'em.
Oh, man. But I think he's doing this to send a message. And the overarching message is, y'all let the fans get away with this all the time. You let them yell at me, fuck Draymond all the time. So all he's doing is giving a counter. All right, well, y'all say fuck me all the time. Today is fuck you.
Draymond, and the thing is, and the thing with Draymond is everybody was trolling Draymond. Mr. Triple Single, Mr. This, Mr. That, not scoring, all of that other BS that he was dealing with. He's got 4 championships, y'all. 4. Wasn't he defensive player of the year?
4 championships, 1 defensive player of the year, 2 gold medals, 1 trip to the Hall of Fame.
Y'all better y'all better act like y'all know what Draymond, man.
And let's be real, he probably gonna be headed back to the Hall of Fame as a broadcaster because they are
very soon. Because he's that guy. Listen to this.
Boy, he could be there twice.
Like Steve Kerr. Let's listen to Draymond one more time.
Steve Kerr won't be in there.
I just want to say thank you all, and as always, fuck everybody else. I love y'all.
That's exactly how I feel about the Splash Cats.
That is definitely gonna save that. Definitely gonna
What are you
save
talking
that.
about? It's already in the folder. What? Are you crazy?
Oh man.
I was saving videos today before we started this.
You see they had Curry with a goat shot in? They brought a goat there. A goat in a Curry jersey.
Cool with that, but I would also cook and eat that goat. Let me tell you.
With and it would be Curry. It would be Curry.
Yep. Hey, wait. I'm not above little chop goat now. Little chop goat.
Oh man, here's Klay. I'm finding these as we go. So, Klay Thompson's out here just tripping.
He fell. He dropped the ring. He lost his hat.
Just going to breakfast Saturday morning and seeing everybody in the neighborhood just so excited and getting a standing ovation from the chef, from the waiters, everybody. Like, that's what it's about right there, is those little wins, and Sean Livingston would always tell me about the little wins during my rehab, and that's something I just will take for the rest of my life. Or just
what is Draymond? He's so drunk.
Just inspire you to keep going, whether it's taking a picture with a old lady or a young kid. Like, Dub Nation has no bounds, and we have fans from all walks of life. Real mature
That's
Draymond.
drunk.
This guy's maturity level.
No, he's talking about Draymond. He said Draymond has a maturity level of a third grader.
Maybe why I like Draymond.
Listen, if I'm those guys, I'm just as disrespectful. I'm just as petty. I'm talking about everybody. It don't matter. I'm trying to find the one clip of Draymond where he was talking about, y'all were saying I was first 9-point single rebounds. He said, I'm a winner. I'm a 4-time champion. I win 4 times. 4. That's what I was trying to find. And finally, the last little thing. The Minnesota Timberwolves, God's gift to the Warriors.
Ooh, nasty world.
I'm sorry, it's funny to me. They gave them Wiggins for D'Lo. Duped. They used the impending draft picks that they got for that and got Kuminga, and they passed over Steph Curry twice. Remember, they drafted Ricky Rubio, and they drafted Johnny Flynn. The Timberwolves drafted 2. Oh man, I didn't mean to start that. I'm learning how to use these iPods, man. These iPods. There's so many. They're so touch sensitive, and there's so many little buttons.
Can't keep your hands off of them, huh?
Boy, what does it sound like to you? Don't go there. But they picked Rubio and Johnny Flynn over Steph Curry. Ricky Rubio. This is why they forever curse. You will never be good. That's why we'll get to the Karl Anthony Towns and all that other stuff. But they signed Ricky Rubio and Johnny Flynn. Rubio I get, but Flynn is foolish. Rubio.
I like Ricky Rubio. And I don't know. Hell no. Nope. Niggity nope.
Well, Rubio was supposed to be Luka Doncic. If you want to be honest, Rubio was supposed to be Luka Doncic. He was.
I'm just gonna keep on drinking this beer.
Well, he was. He was supposed to be. What I'm saying is, he was the 14-year-old, 13-year-old phenom in Spain that was the point guard doing the crazy passes and the behind him. They call him Spanish Pete Maravich. Like, he was out there. So he just.
The Spanish pistol.
Look at your man. Look at your man out there. I'm not gonna lie to you right now. I'm hungover as hell. And they still, you know what would piss me off in that situation? We'll get back to that. But you know what pissed me off in that situation?
Saturday morning live post if I've ever seen one.
But then you still asking me questions after. When I tell you I'm hungover, that means I don't want to talk to you. More than likely, that means I don't want to talk unless I'm on the pod. Don't keep talking to me. Don't keep trying to ask me questions.
Yeah, I mean, yes, I could.
But yeah, Ricky Rubio was definitely the guy.
Once I've told you that I'm hungover, any discussion after that, I'm going to take as an act of violence. If you've ever been hungover, you should know how that feels. You know that means one thing that I surely do not want to do is engage in conversation with another human on this planet. If you find a human on another planet, I will consider it. This planet, Earth, I'm good on all of you until I'm unhungover. Then after I'm unhungover, some of you I will engage with. Rest of you, continue to shut up.
So, when it comes to the Warriors, does Wiggins stay or go?
He put them in a bind. I have said
it's a good bind to have, though.
I would say so. Nope, I'm not going to do that. Rise above it, be better. Norwood. We're gonna live above the petty, at least for this very moment.
Are we? Are we though?
Yes, because I'm not gonna talk about the distaste of my own team and what I know is about to happen. But for this is a great problem to have. I think that it was so close to being the MVP that it's difficult to justify getting rid of him.
Yeah. I don't see them. I don't know if they can get rid of him.
I had this discussion with my dad about Marcus Smart, and I believe that he should be traded because his value is at the highest. In this case, I do think that Wiggins, this is the highest value that Wiggins has ever had. But due to the fact that he was so close to being the MVP and your champion,
I don't know, man. They said with the luxury tax though, his contract is $70 million. $70 million.
Hey, Reggie, you think please look up how much the Myers and the Lakers make before you think I care about that. They $70 million. I don't care about those billionaires extra 35 million. I swear I don't.
Okay. That's a lot. Plus, I mean, every other contract goes. So what about? So you say Wiggins stays? I think they trade Wiggins, but
Joe Lacob worth 1.5 billion US dollars.
Well, no, they probably. You're right. They get Kev and Sneaky. They may get an extension done and spread that money out over because Wiggins is still only like 27 years old. So they could probably spread that money out over 4 years. Maybe give him a 3-year, $75 million extension. Pay him 30, so it'd be 4 years, $100 million for Wiggins.
Oh, just to be clear, Bob Myers worth 2.5 billion. So you're talking between the two. Oh, and he's only 45 years old. So between the two of them, they're worth $4 billion. Boy, if you don't pay Andrew Wiggins to shut up, you think I care about a luxury tax?
I think they care about luxury tax.
Did you win?
They did win.
Okay.
And they pissed off everybody while winning. That's the part that I like.
I say that your strategy of the checkbook chip works. You might want to keep it up.
What about Gary Payton?
Gary
Payton was like their version of Bruce Brown.
There has to be a coming to God about Gary Payton. Though. Gary Payton is 29 years old.
Yeah, he is. I didn't realize he was that old.
He's 22.
Well, I mean, he grinded. He grinded to get where he was. But I guess
he was damn near a Warriors assistant coach. Now, if you was really considering being an assistant coach and you won a championship, take your W. I think that if there's somebody willing to pay you, you need to take the money. Get whatever that they will. Oh man, yeah. If there's a team out there, if there's a Jacksonville Jaguars of the NBA, then yeah, go for it. Get your money. You deserve it. You was almost out the league. So yes, do your thing. But if
who would be the Jacksonville Jaguars of the NBA?
The Charlotte Hornets.
No.
We'll discuss that later.
No. Well, we'll find out if they're the Jacksonville Jaguars when we discuss that later.
A series of stupid events. It don't take but enough stupidity before you turn into the Jaguars. Jaguars always wasn't the Jaguars. But if you keep doing stupid things happen. I mean,
Kev said he's going. But have you said? But Kev, he wants 15 to 20. You think he's going to drop down to 8 to 9? I think the Nets will probably sign him and get because Bruce Brown wants that money too. Bruce Brown wants 15 to 20 million. So, and they're to me they're the same player. They're the exact same player. They're literally the same player.
So the question is, do you? And I will say, So there are a few things you got to take into account here. He's an NBA player's son. So he's rich. He was rich on day one.
Why do you have to take that? What does that have to do? So
when you're making a decision, I would typically say, hey, man, take the money and run. But you're rich already. So I could see him keeping the $8 to $9 million contract and see if he can, kind of Tom Brady this thing out. Not on his level of skill, but I'll take a pay cut just so I can continue to win.
I think they
Because
should give him
wherever
10 a year.
Wherever else he goes, the chances of him winning a championship decrease exponentially.
I mean, well, yeah. I mean, you're leaving the champions. I mean, that's a
That's all I'm
easy
saying.
point to say.
It's not the deepest math problem in the world. It's just risky.
I say he'll probably end up on the Lakers
Don't do that. Why would you do that?
because they don't have no money to pay him either. I don't know.
Not a dime. If I'm gonna tell you right now, if you're deciding between the Lakers and the Warriors, you already making the wrong decision.
What, considering the Warriors? I mean, considering the Lakers?
Yep. Only person who we'll get into that later too. I ain't gonna
See, yep, I keep baiting you. What do you do with Jordan Poole? What do you do with Jordan Poole and
look Gary. Look Gary.
What do you do with Jordan Poole and dang, what's the other dude? Kevon Looney.
Oh, Kevon Looney. You're right to get left. You should probably leave. Nothing against you, bro. Don't he have
That now that is somebody. Yeah, that is somebody needs to go get his money.
Yeah, go get your money, dog. Go get paid. There's nothing we can do for you here. And the minutes that you had this year, imagine them to be non-existent when James Wiseman shows up. So yeah, I want you to go get paid. We will help you. We'll help facilitate you getting to wherever you want to be. But where you
Man, that's not
it's
even.
here.
I hate you brought that up, man. They gonna motherfucking. That's frustrating. If I were the other teams, that would be frustrating. Because
that would be not Steph shooting from all over the floor.
No. The frustrating part is these guys are getting older, but the way that their roster is set up, they could still, all three of them, if they wanted to, could still play for probably 3 to 4 more years. And if they decide to come off the bench, especially somebody like Steph and Clay, and come off the bench in a Ray Allen role, and then Draymond take on the Iguodala role of being the coach, they literally could probably get 2 more rings if they play it right. Because although the West is, normally the deeper conference, there's nobody else really standing out in the list. We don't know about the Clippers. We know about the Lakers, and that's why they're not there. We don't know about Houston. We know about Minnesota. The only team, the team that really has the smoke for them is Memphis. And Memphis is ready for the smoke. They already ready for Christmas Day game.
Hey, good luck. We were too. That was coming too fast. Been there, done that.
So I mean, the West is. When you think about it,
somebody gonna have that drop. We not the only team to ever experience that. Hey, Boston or Memphis, somebody finna be regular next year. Somebody. It don't take but a couple injuries.
It don't take but a couple injuries. Well, man, I think that's it, man. I think we covered Wiggins. We covered their dynasty. Where do you rank them amongst NBA dynasties? Poole's not gonna take a pay cut. I mean, the greatest dynasty is what, the Celtics. Then you gotta have the Lakers.
They're not. They're now. I don't want to judge them because they're not done. I don't think that's fair. I think
why not? Right now, okay. Right now, where would you rank them if they were finished today?
Above the Heat.
I don't think the Heat were. Well, okay, yeah, above the Heat. Yeah,
that's it. You're not better than Tim Duncan for 100 years in a row.
So you got Tim Duncan.
You're not better than Lakers part 1 or part 2. Not better than the Celtics.
Whoa,
not better than the Bulls.
You're moving too fast. The old Celtics is the number 1 dynasty, right? 13 championships.
Check.
Number 2 is who? The Bulls.
Lakers.
Lakers dynasty? I would probably say the Bulls.
Showtime Lakers.
They won 5.
Showtime.
The Bulls won 6.
Oh, Bulls 6. Then the Showtime Lakers. Then I would probably put the Spurs. Nope.
Why would you put the
Yeah.
Showtime Lakers ahead of the Spurs? The Spurs only lost one championship? They lost one, right? Or was it two? They lost to the Heat.
How many did the Spurs get though? 4?
5.
Oh, 5.
Tim Duncan has 5 championships. Now you're getting into the Lakers. So Spurs, Lakers.
I'm still picking Showtime because the Showtime Lakers were a better team than the Spurs. 5 for 5. I want the Lakers before I want the Spurs.
Yeah. So who's better? The Lakers second, the second one with the Shaq and Kobe.
You dropping the Spurs on down there, boy.
Shaq and Kobe, or you taking Shaq and Kobe Lakers over the Spurs?
Hell yeah. Yes. Kobe and Shaq is the best tandem in NBA history.
Yeah, we ain't talking about tandems. We talking about dynasties.
Yep.
They won 3.
I'm taking
they
Lakers.
won 3. I'm sorry. I'm not putting Shaq and Kobe Lakers team dynasty above.
I'm taking Kobe.
You're talking about individual. You taking Kobe's time.
Yeah.
You're adding Kobe's time. You're adding Kobe's time to
as
the
one
Shaq
dynasty.
So Shaq and Kobe, you saying that dynasty from 99 to 2012 is one dynasty.
Yes.
So they have 13 years.
How many do the Spurs got?
99 to 2008? 10, 12, 11? 11?
Yeah, I mean
11?
Yeah.
Kobe won in 2008. I'm sorry, 9. So yeah, okay. So if you're gonna do that, if you're gonna count the Shaq and Kobe Lakers and the Kobe and Gasol Lakers as
ease
one,
up off your skepticism too. You was like, "What? So what are you trying to say?" And
I'm not easing up off the skepticism. You are taking 2 separate teams. Well, no, that's a dynasty because the Celtics had 13 separate teams. So, wait. So yeah, okay. So the Lakers. Okay, yeah, Spurs moving on. I mean, that's 5. That's really it though. You can't put them below anybody else.
No. Then I'm putting the Warriors, then the Heat, and then probably no, that was not even a dynasty. That was a championship.
You saying the Lakers, then the Spurs, then the Warriors and the Heat, or the Lakers, then the Warriors and the Heat? Because there's no way I'm moving the Spurs, who have 5 championships, down below teams that have 3 and 4.
No, Lakers with 5, Spurs with 5, Warriors pending at 4. I would probably move them above if they got to 5, and then below them is the Heat. Yeah, if they get to 5, the Warriors are a better team to me than the Spurs.
Can't argue with it. I don't know. I can't argue with it. I can't argue with the Warriors if they get to 5 being a better dynasty than the Spurs. I can't, because now you'd have to break it down and compare Tim Duncan's resume to Steph Curry's resume. And Steph Curry's resume, if he wins another ring, steps up to a lot of people.
Boy, if Steph gets 1 to 2 more rings,
he get 2 more rings. Y'all,
I'm gonna reshuffle basketball. Magic.
Yeah, you going from spades to bidwits, boy. It's like, well, we gonna have to we gotta do all that. But that's all speculation. Man. Ladies and gentlemen.
Imagine 6-ring Draymond, insufferable, and I would love it. I would love 6-ring.
I would probably buy a Draymond jersey if that happened. 6-ring Draymond, I'd be like, all right.
So probably buy a John Collins jersey before they trade him. Maybe I'll wait for him to go on sale.
Yep. All right, guys. Well, ladies and gentlemen, we've come to the end of the Around the League pregame, man. We are now going to get ready for the episode. Y'all stay tuned. We are, of course, playing the what? Splashcast 12-pack in between. We are going to play
36-pack, baby.
You get 24 extra beers with that. I'm going to go ahead and succumb to peer pressure and drink this water. I literally was like, maybe I could just have one drink, and then the work phone went off. I was like, no,
if I have one more drink.
Oh, man, but y'all stay tuned. Y'all stay tuned. We'll be back in a couple minutes. Goodbye.
be throwing that ass backwards. My ice chunky, I grew up right beside the junkies. I'm fucking and hold a pretty face and ass just like a donkey. I be out east, fuck talking about pieces, about beef. Where I'm from, niggas talking down, we knocking out teeth. That's right, I put one in your grill. A nigga coming down in that color is steel. I got that screw in my cup and that Pimp C plan. And your bitch will get fucked if your bitch keep playing. I'm too ice for her life, what my wrist keeps saying. Kill that pussy once or twice, but I still keep slaying. And I beat that pussy blue like I'm took it. I can't even lie, man, that bitch almost took me. Pro athlete at the sex, but I turned her to a rookie. I couldn't stop, turning Tyson, I kept juking. I grizzled on that bitch like Rosea. Cry about a bitch, why my dog, I'm more player. I'm in that bitch gut like she got no navel. Say I'm a snack, little bitch, eat the whole table. Got this bitch stripping, so I threw some ass on her. So when niggas see her, can't nobody come pass on her. I bought her French tips, them heels and long kickers. Now she a deep curl, Brazilian long incher. And bring me my money. I got 2 red-headed hoes, 2 light skins, 2 dark skins, and 2 Playboy bunnies. I said single y'all divided, but together y'all a fleet. I get cash in my seat, but my house get no peace. I been swinging, swerving, damn near hit the damn curve when I turned in. They didn't wanna see my black ass in suburban housing. Walking outside and white folks see them and selling ounces. All of my dogs need counseling and bouncers. Walking the mall buying shit we can't pronounce it. I got this cash, bitch, somebody please announce it. Just got that ass did, now she can't even bounce it. Diamonds cut you, you can buy it, don't touch it. Got 30s to clutch it, etc. And then such it. Extendo grips and Glock clips and chopsticks. My dog like a janitor, just hand me the mop stick. Don't call my phone if you want some op shit. Don't call my phone if you want some sob shit. Don't call my phone here talking some hot shit. Don't call my phone too much, get blocked, bitch. Lemon pepper stepper, tell me how my potato look. Yeah, I look good, but not as good as my paper look. I got this Asian bitch that do me good on the pedicure. Flip flop slippers that depend how the weather for. I'm gone. 55 souls, but them hoes know I'm on. I'm hoping that my nigga Zero get to hear this song, so he can know I did this no wrong, and it figures and church to my motherfucking.
Ladies and gentlemen, we are back. We are here. Let me make sure my level's straight, my audio's straight. We good? Can you hear me good, brother? Can y'all hear me out there?
We can.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to episode 60 of the Splash Cast. The Around the League edition. I am your co-host, Reggie, and Norwood just got sent a nude.
I did not, unfortunately. That will be fantastic, but no, that's not what I got. My name is Chris Norwood, aka the Pod God. I got something here on my phone. This is just what I was handed. I have not had a chance to actually make sure that this is factual, because this is when we get wild things that happen every time we go live. The title says Donald Trump can't stand LeBron but wants him to be the captain of his women's basketball team during a rant on transgenders. We will report back on this next week. If this is true, it ain't a surprise.
Somehow I muted myself.
But
somehow your boy muted myself. I muted myself just now. I don't know how I did that. But you were talking. Go ahead. I don't know what we were talking about. I have no clue what you were saying.
Oh, so I was saying, just for the people in the back,
so far.
If anybody missed it, I got a link sent to my phone that says Donald Trump can't stand LeBron but wants him to be the captain of his women's basketball team during a rant on transgenders, and apparently there is a video that accompanies this.
Oh, well, you know what we
I told
you know what we talking about on Saturday. Because I will be watching this rant in depth. All right, but ladies and gentlemen, we are here, episode 60 of the Splash Cast, the Around the League edition. We are now going to jump right into our HBC segment.
It's real. It is real.
I am your co-host, Reggie.
And I am your co-host, Norwood, once again, a.k.a. the Pod God. We are here for episode 60, ready to turn this thing up.
boy threw a new one out there. The pod guy. Shout out the pod guy.
Yeah, I was named the pod guy by one of the Splash Cast supporters, and I'm rolling with it. I am the pod god and the god of the pod. Frank up.
All right, man. No blasphemy.
Drink responsibility.
Little G.
Yeah,
As you
Smaller G. You know, Big G, Little G. Big G, Little G.
Did you try this? Oh, well, y'all know with the Around the League edition. First of all, we want to thank you guys, the fans, for tuning in with us on whether you're watching on YouTube, whether you're watching on Facebook, whether you're watching on Twitch. We truly appreciate y'all. Like, subscribe, share, tell a friend. Shout it.
Post us on your Instagram. It is absolutely free. It doesn't cost anything. I swear to you, Mark Zuckerberg will not charge you if you post us.
Instagram, Twitter, previews for Patreon. We don't have those, but YouTube, Facebook. Put us in the bulletin. Listen, we want all the fans. Put us in the church announcements and on your OnlyFans. We want to cover the gambit. Why you back? Why you back?
Hey, go ahead and clip that.
We ain't clipping that.
Hey,
Listen,
the Dime team. Y'all know who y'all are.
man,
Reggie said he want to be in church announcements and be in your OnlyFans. I am a man of God.
I was talking about the Splash Cast being advertised. I wasn't talking about actually being in the OnlyFans. Wild crazy. You trying to paint me as that? Wild crazy.
Boy, you had the bucket in the brush one time. Ain't nothing.
Man, all right, man. Let's get focused, man. Man. Y'all know with the Around the League edition of the Splash Cast, we talk about our HBCU news around the culture. We talk about basketball news, the latest news and notes around NBA and NFL for football, and then we round it out with the splashes of the week. Man, we got a few things we're going to talk about today, and we're going to start off with our HBCU segment because we are HBCU alumni. We support the growth of HBCU news and culture around the world, Craig.
Around the world.
With that being said, man, first topic. I hope this works. Please work. Yes, North Carolina A&T. North Carolina A&T is back-to-back champions yet again. Track and field, I don't even know what they are. What are they? MEAC? Big South?
I think MEAC for now. Big South next.
They are not MEAC. They are Big South, and then they were going to go to the Colonial Athletic Association.
Oh, you're right. You put your left foot in, you put your left foot out. You change all your conferences, spin them all around.
So shout out to A&T, man. If you've been listening to the Splash Cast, or if you follow anybody that goes to A&T, or if you follow track and field, you know that this team, the 4x100 team, also went to the past Summer Olympics. They also dominate whatever conference they're in. They've actually won the championship in almost every conference they've been in when it comes to track and field.
This should be more interesting. Number one, we want to once again give a round of applause to a dominant track team. This is not a team that just wins their conference. They dominate on the national scene.
International.
Will be exponentially more difficult because their coach, Dwayne Ross, will be headed to the University of Tennessee. I think that they said that they're going to pay that man a smooth $500,000 per year.
$500,000 per year. We like it when you get paid, black man.
You know, one thing that we like to say around here, kicking ass and securing bags. That's what Dwayne Ross has done. Sometimes you do have to leave your HBCU to go secure a bag. And that's, we support that. And I'm not going to say that because I'm a Florida fan and I have self-respect. Well, congratulations on your new job.
Well, the thing is, he's not only a former Olympian, he's also a former NCAA champion. He was the 2021 National Coach of the Year. But they hired him as the new track and field coach and director of track and field at Tennessee. So I mean,
make it worth your time.
Yeah, it's hard to turn that down, man. It's hard to turn that down, and we don't blame you for going, man, and not turning it down. So best of luck to you, man. Best of luck to you. And I will challenge you though, there are a lot of circumstances where athletes are at D1 schools, and for whatever reason, good, bad, or indifferent, they have to leave the school. The next iteration of this is when somebody like Mr. Ross, Dwayne Ross, leaves an HBCU to become the director of track and field at Tennessee. When those athletes have to leave, go ahead and direct them to an HBCU. Send them send them back to A&T. Send them to Tennessee State. Send them to Fisk. Send them to all those teams in Tennessee, all those schools in Tennessee's where, especially, the circumstance of your athletes as a director, as an athletic director, you're supposed to. So if there's a good, valid reason why they can't stay, send them to an HBCU. Continue to grow the culture from the top, or from the top of another organization as well. I think Bobby Bowden, an example of what I'm saying is when when Lou Holtz called Bobby Bowden and sent Randy Moss to Florida State after his whole incident of not going to Notre Dame. So that's what I hope to see, man. That's what I hope to see. Next up. Let's shout out Mr. Keyshawn Moore. Keyshawn Moore, Hampton.
From the greatest learning institution in all of the world, the Hampton University. We have our linebacker, Keyshawn Moore, signs an NIL deal with WWE. I have seen quite a lot of these deals come out. From my understanding is they are looking for their next WWE superstars, and they are going rightfully so to the right place of college football athletics, and they're signing a ton of people. And in this opportunity, it gives kids in college an opportunity to get some money. I
man.
All of this.
He's one of 15 collegiate athletes to join what is called the WWE's Next in Line program. So he ends up getting an NIL deal and also being next in line in the WWE. So shout out to Hampton University football. Shout out to Keyshawn for securing the bag, man. There's bags everywhere.
With that said, this is also a good PR move right now for the WWE, which seems to be mired in trouble, considering the Vince McMahon situation.
Wait, whoa, what happened with that? I thought he just retired. Saying it was a force out.
He did what?
He retired. That's what he done.
No,
they announced it. Force out.
They found they called out. They found out that he basically paid somebody like somewhere between $2 to $3.5 million to keep some things secret. That has since come out, and they immediately.
What are those things? A kid? A kid? Drugs?
I can't remember if it was something sexual or it was some type of intimidation, but whatever it is, and they're still very tight-lipped about it because it's the WWE. It's not really like the NCAA. They don't really have to tell you anything.
Nope, not at all.
So,
not at all.
Since they're a private-run company, they kind of do whatever they want to. But it was about him having a sexual relationship with a WWE staffer. They paid her $3 million in hush money, and then subsequently somebody found out. And of course, you can't use the business money to pay off somebody that you were.
Come on, Vince, man. If you're gonna pay him off, you gotta pay him out your personal account and at whatever, man. I don't know what you're doing, brother.
No, we do not support any of that here at Splash Cast Studios. But with that said, yes, the WWE, and then it also very interesting that he settled the lawsuit with Oliver Luck over the XFL today. Whatever this thing happened, I think this is really bad for Vince McMahon, and he will probably disappear.
Yeah, they'll bring him back. They'll bring him back to retire. Yeah, they will. To retire and if he lives 10 to 15 more years, When they retire, they'll do a ceremony for him in 15 years after it blows over.
First of all, he's 76 years old, which I did not know. Does not look 76. I will give you that, but he probably
He was old when we were watching, and he's been on the roids.
And guess how much money he's worth? Take a guess. Whatever it is, you're gonna get it wrong.
$472 million.
I told you was gonna get it wrong. Guess again.
This is the last time I'm gonna guess. Up or down?
All the way up.
1.5 billion.
2.3 billion with a B, boys.
Oh, wow.
What do you mean? Oh, wow. He
Wow.
ain't been the greatest at throwing a football. He ain't been the greatest at dunking a basketball. He is an actor. An actor.
2.3 bill. But back on topic, man. So, shout out to, this pains me to say, shout out to Grambling for doing something right. Devontae Kincaid was the record-breaking quarterback at Grambling. He used to run all through and around Southern University's defense in the Bayou Classic. They won the Bayou Classic and the SWAC, I want to say 3 out of the 4 years that he was at Grambling. He's coming back home to be the quarterback's coach on Hugh Jackson's team. And not only is this an opportunity for showing that Grambling is definitely investing back into the football program and getting better, it is giving him an opportunity to be a quarterback's coach under an offensively advanced head coach with NFL experience at the same time. So not only it kills two birds with one stone, he stays in coaching and he gets basically NFL tutelage.
Absolutely.
Great move, man.
And this is also just good for your program. Your program wants to see that you take care of players when it's all said and done. And to have a guy who's extremely successful here come back here and want to coach. And once again, we make jokes all the time, but Ruston, Louisiana ain't the greatest place to just go and be. So for him to be there and to commit to moving there, that's a lot.
Yeah, but I mean, his money gonna go a long way out there, though.
Oh,
but
boy, the longest.
But shout out, man. Shout out to as a Southern University alumni and supporter. I hate to see him go back to Grambling. He was worse to Southern than he was just as bad to Southern. The only person I could say that was probably worse against Southern or worse for Southern to play was Doug Williams. Like there was, and that's it. So Doug used to throw,
that's an ass whooping there, boy.
Doug used to throw $600 yards. So I think he broke Doug Williams' records. Actually, Doug Williams was his coach. So shout out to Darius Kincaid. We always like to highlight black guys getting coaching jobs. Moving on, man. Moving on. I think our final topic is something that we have been calling for a long time. We have been saying it ever since Hampton left, ever since A&T left, ever since all these schools are leaving and going to the white conferences, the PWI conferences. We understand that it's for the money, but what is PWI conferences? Howard University has informed the Colonial Athletics Association that they will remain in the MEAC. That is a huge win for the MEAC. We talked about they have their new president. They have new athletic directors in the MEAC. They were losing teams, but they have put together a presentation that got Howard to stay. They will not join Hampton and North Carolina A&T in the CAA. Shout out to Howard again for making that wonderful decision, and I hope other HBCUs return home to the HBCU conferences and grow them to where they need to be.
Yeah, I mean, it's Howard, so I don't want to discuss this too much detail. Congrats for staying with the MEAC. That's it. Next.
Jeez.
Bison. We're one of the worst mascots.
Is it? That's I mean
Bison.
the bison is the same as a buffalo, right?
This is a sports podcast, Reggie.
With that being said, ladies and gentlemen, we have come to the end.
You haven't seen it. When was the last time you saw either one, Reggie? And I'm gonna tell you where you see a bison is in Washington, D.C.
With that being said, ladies and gentlemen, we come to the end of the HBCU News Around the Culture segment of the Around the League edition of episode 60 of the Splashcast. I bet you I can't say that again. Please stay tuned for our news around basketball, basically our news around the NBA and WNBA. Got a few topics we're going to discuss. Y'all stay tuned.
And a guy who's not in either just happens to get paid an exorbitant amount of money. And everyone, please grab your beverage. We shall return momentarily. Reggie still drinking that moonshine.
Sure.
White lightning, baby.
Hey. All right, man. Y'all listen to the smooth tunes of episode 60 soundtrack, a.k.a. the Splashcast. We'll be back.
America's favorite uncle. Yes, sir.
Yes, ladies and gentlemen, we are back. And y'all can see our set list. My bad. We are back, y'all.
and we back. Reggie didn't even tell me we back. I'm over here. Y'all don't know behind the scenes. I was crumping.
Jamming.
I haven't time of my life. And Reggie's like, oh, yeah, we back. Welcome to the smooth grooves of the Splashcast. Monday Night Raw. And how we like it. Ooh, baby, I like it raw.
All right, we are now back.
Hey, we've all heard ODB before. Now we act like.
Well, I didn't know that's where you're going. All right, so we are back, ladies and gentlemen, with episode 60 of the Splashcast, the Around the League edition. Man, we are now going to get into our news around the WNBA and NBA, as well as some news that is, I guess, this is NBA news. It's really the G League news, so we're going to go ahead and start there. Your man's Scotty Henderson. I'm sorry, Scotty. Scoot Henderson is a projected top 3 pick in the 2023 NBA draft. He is currently in the G League Ignite. Is signing an endorsement contract with Puma. That is the richest shoe deal ever for a non-draft eligible basketball player. He's 18 years old and is signing an annual 7-figure multi-year endorsement contract with Puma.
7 figures.
The deal had
not eligible. He cannot be drafted on Thursday. When the draft happens, you can't even draft him. They're just gonna pay him for the future.
If you remember, Scoot Henderson was one of the guys that actually left high school early and joined the G League. Henderson's deal has the ability to reach 8 figures based off several factors. Those sources have said. This is the first time a shoe company has signed a contract with an Ignite player who is under contract. The Ignite was founded in 2020 by the G League as a developmental team for elite prospects.
It's a 7-figure deal. 7 figures.
That could be
minimum.
8. That could be
Yes.
8.
At minimum is $1 million. Could be all the way up to $9,999.90.
There you go.
People are going to be able to retire from college sports, and I think that's fantastic. If
This
I could
isn't
risk
college,
my
though.
life, if I could possibly never get a chance to go pro, and y'all can get rich off me, now I should have the opportunity to retire off you guys. I think this is beautiful, fantastic. I want to see this. My bad. I'm passionate.
I see. I want to say this isn't even college. He left high school, right? Didn't he leave high school and join the G League? Because he's not eligible to even. Because if he had gone to college, he would be eligible to play. If he would be eligible to be drafted, he's not even eligible to be drafted until next year. So one. Because I'm not gonna lie, I'm not one of the people that actually hate. I'm not a shoe guy. I don't know all the shoes and the releases and all of that stuff. I like what I like. I don't dislike the LaMelo shoes. I don't dislike them. They're all right. But Puma is making a move in basketball, signing these players. They are making a move.
Yeah. I mean, there was such a long time that Puma was not a basketball shoe. This is all a resurgence in the last, I think.
Oh, there it is, Kev.
Years.
He reclassified. He reclassified and left early. So he did. I was right. He left early though.
Yeah, I mean, you got to do something. You ain't Benjamin Button, son.
He's 17. Okay, but go ahead.
But yes, at the end of this, I think you and I both support him getting paid
Get your money.
copious amounts of money very early. Yeah, if baseball players can do it, if soccer players can do it, then yeah, let basketball players do it.
Yeah, man. Get your money, black man. Get your money, black man. Get your money, black man.
And play a little college basketball and retire. You ain't even got
Right. I mean, why not?
$10 million. I get to go home. What?
So there's also the Utah Jazz. So the Utah Jazz unveiled their new uniforms, which this is pretty cool, right? They did a decent job.
This is one of the greatest basketball jerseys of all time. Is a top 10 easy money.
Yeah, this one,
Easy money.
the old
Everything
Nuggets,
about it.
the old Nuggets jerseys, all of those are good. But this, I do like the Utah jerseys. I don't like Utah. I do like them unveiling this. But the reason that we're really talking about this is because out of your two superstars, neither one of them are in the unveiling video. It is Jordan Clarkson, no Donovan Mitchell, no Rudy Gobert. That's telling to me. I'm trying to read the tea leaves. If I'm reading too much in the tea leaves, let me know. But that's telling to me.
Nope. I think that this is extremely strategic for multiple reasons. I think that the first reason is you don't know who you're sticking with yet. So if you pick one guy and put him in the commercial, the other guy's going to be pissed and say, I want out. And
Ooh, I forgot the black ones.
if
The black
either-
one's tough.
Yeah. Now, this one, I will say, looks like an Oregon Ducks jersey.
They definitely look like the Oregon Ducks.
And, I mean, you got to think proximity. It's not really super far either. So. But, yeah, I think that this is a smart bet. The fact that Jordan Clarkson has all of their jerseys on and nobody else is available. See
It's
y'all
interesting.
Next year. I'll see some of y'all next year. Some of
I
y'all
say
won't.
I won't see you next year.
Might
Speaking
see
of
you
somebody,
somewhere else, my friend.
yeah, man. Speaking of somebody that will not be seen next year, Charlotte and Michael Jordan thought they had their man. Thought they had their man after firing a coach that brought your team into the playoffs and the play-in after being atrocious and improving the record every year for 4 years. They fired him and went and decided to hire Kenny Atkinson. It was reported during the finals that Kenny Atkinson had accepted a 4-year undisclosed amount contract to be the coach of the Charlotte Hornets, and then he decided he won't become the Charlotte Hornets head coach and will remain as the Golden State top assistant, because you remember they lost Mike Brown, who is the defense. I think he was actually the top assistant. So he will now become the top assistant for the Warriors.
There are so many different things that I want to talk about. Well, I guess there's only two, not so many. The fact that he believes that being an assistant coach for the Warriors is better than being the head coach of the Charlotte Hornets says everything that I already believed about this job. If you go back just one episode, I specifically told you the way that they handled James Borrego was a very,
that was
very
his name. I couldn't
poor
remember
idea.
his name for nothing.
I said, this is very similar to the same thing that happened with Nate.
Mm-hmm.
You take advantage of coaches and you do the wrong thing, the juju will follow you. Between the time that I said that and the next time we shot an episode, he is no longer there. Now you don't have a coach. You still don't have a center. It looks like you're about to pay Miles Bridges max money. Let me tell you, things are not looking good in Charlotte.
Man, things are not looking good in Charlotte. So, yes, I guess we'll jump down to Miles Bridges. Your man Miles has decided that he is worth a max contract extension.
He cannot decide that. He cannot. You can request that, you can like that, but it's only what the market will bear. And has he played well in Charlotte? Yes.
He started 80 games last season, averaged 20.7 rebounds and 4 assists. So he didn't have a bad year.
Show me what he looks like on a good team. A lot of people can be good on a bad team. Show me if he can be good on a good team. We already know he's not really a power forward. We already know him.
I was about to say, I think that's the part that is why I would be, well, that's not the only part, but that's one of the main reasons I'd be super hesitant to give him a max contract, is because you're a tweener. You can't really guard a 4, although you are strong enough to guard like somebody like John Collins, and you're fast enough to go around him, but you get abused on defense though. He be getting abused on defense. He's not fast enough to guard all threes. Chris Middleton be giving him work. He's not, and he's too small to guard most 4s. So he's a tweener. Now he is very exciting. He has improved his jump shot very well. Also, he does jump. He can jump out of the gym. But I'm very wary of players that have career highs in contract years. When you have a career high in contract years and it's a dramatic spike, right? He went from now he did improve every year, but he went from 16 points to 20 points. He went, 15 points to 20 points. He was basically like a tier below John Collins, and then he went to a tier about John Collins where he is now. So I'm very wary of players that have contract years. Career years and contract years.
And you're playing next to, we still don't know what Plumlee brother. Let's just go with Mason. That sounds good. But yeah, let's see what he's next to
Mason,
a real guy. Mason, Miles, Matthew, Michael, whoever it is, one of them. But for me, show me what he looks like next to a real center, because of course, when you have a guy who's legitimately good next to you, probably going to eat up some of those rebounds, might eat up some of those points. Now, you do have LaMelo, who is a budding superstar and an excellent facilitator, but that team has a bunch of holes, and as you would hope that they fill those holes, then he's probably not going to be the 20-7 guy anymore. And if he's not 20-7, then why are you paying him a max?
Well, I think that's what's going to sabotage him, is he wants the max. I think he does have a place in the league, and he can play for teams. To me, I think Denver's going to lose Aaron Gordon, and I think he would be a decent replacement for Aaron Gordon, because they have similar games. But you commanding a max is just, I understand, and like we said, we get your money. If they gonna pay you, go get it.
Take the money.
But I wouldn't pay you. Not that.
Can't,
Not that.
Can't win with them. Can't
Not
win
that.
with them.
You're too unproven for me. You're too unproven.
I just could find other ways to spend up a bunch of money. Oh, that's it out loud.
Moving on, man. Speaking of absurd extensions, I don't pause. Had to get there. Had to go ahead and put that there.
That boy said, "I need to know about this absurd extendos. Let me know."
No, sir. No, sir. So there's a whole bunch of trade rumors going on, but there's one major trade rumor that caught me off guard. It's your man's Cat is expected. I guess this is a max 4-year, $211 million extension with the Timberwolves. After seeing what he did in the playoffs, is he worth?
How would you pay that?
So you don't think he's worth it?
Who does?
The Timberwolves.
Yeah. But we've seen what the Timberwolves have done with Andrew Wiggins.
The Timberwolves
Zach
made it to the
LaVine.
second round of the. Made it to the first round of the NBA. It was the first or second round? Second round.
No, they made it through the play-in and lost in the first round.
Oh yeah, 4-2. To the number.
He is never. He's not. Eventually, you have to cut bait with a guy who's not going to win you anything. Let me tell you what this guy's not going to do. Win you anything. You might.
I mean, they just made the playoffs.
How long has he been that tall, that fast, and that good?
He's not fast. He's
Yes,
slow.
he is. In relation to humans his size, he's very fast.
Defensively, he's slow.
Defensively, he don't want to play. What are you talking about?
I mean,
Yeah, you move real slow on things you don't want to do. Look at him on offense. Man, he is not worth it. He does not have win. Now, I'm not even asking for championship pedigree. He doesn't have winning pedigree. He's not a guy who I think can help you win. He's not even getting you to our level. And you got to think, he's played with some really good guys. Zach LaVine, Wiggins.
What do you mean
played
our
with-
level? We both got beat in the first round.
Yes, they're not going to be a consistent playoff team. I think that they're going to drop on out of there. You got to remember, Clippers back.
And D'Lo's
And the
out of
Lakers.
there.
And the Lakers got to come back. So
The league ain't gonna let the Lakers be boo-boo.
no, I mean, and just think about it. If you're competing with the Lakers, that's a problem. This is a problem for both parties. You shouldn't be competing with the old ass Lakers. The Lakers, you shouldn't be competing with Karl Anthony Towns because he is soft as Sherman.
He is, man. So you don't think that they should get?
Would you?
They should
Would
pay
you
Karl
pay?
Anthony Towns.
Especially when you're talking about, they got rumors out right now that they're looking to trade for Clint Capella. Imagine that you're going to be taller than your center.
I don't. There's no way there could be any credence to that trade. But we don't. That's supposed to be in our Hawks segment, so I don't want to.
I mean,
There's
we don't
no-
have to kill it, but it has to be said that
There's no way that they could play together. How could you
Why not?
put Clint Capella? Who's guarding the four? Well, I guess he could guard. Who's guarding the four?
no, he's not playing defense.
Right.
He's looking for the Trae Young treatment. I'm not gonna play no defense. You do it for me.
So then, so who does he? On the court, if you have Clint Capella guarding the center, who is he gonna guard if he don't want to play no defense? He can't guard the 1 through the 3. It has to be the 4 or 5.
Yeah, he would guard the 4. He will whoever is the
Cooked.
non-scoring option, big is who he will guard.
He said he'll
Which
guard PJ Tucker.
Really ain't a bad place for him to be, but it's a shame that he has to be there.
So you think they're going with the Cleveland game plan, and they're going to play 2
I
to 3,
can't-
6 to and 7
I can't
footers?
pay you that much money and you can't play any defense. Cut it in half. We'll pay you for your offensive skills. We're not gonna pay you for your defense.
Nah, that's not what you do. You pay him for his offensive skills and try to mask him on defense. That's what the NBA does. But I don't see it. I don't. They're gonna pay him. If they pay him, they're not gonna go after Clint Capella because they'll have to re-solidify their backcourt. They got to re-solidify the backcourt because I think D'Lo's out of there. I think D'Lo's gone.
Oh yeah.
So you got Ant-Man.
I don't think they're looking for a guy who does what he does anymore, though. I think they understand that Anthony Edwards is probably going to have the ball in his hand the most because he's the only person over there with any level of heart. So I think that you find your, I'm trying to think, not your Kyle Lowry, your Marcus Smart, and you find a guy who can play some good defense. I mean, which
Malcolm
I guess you
Brogdon?
Huh?
Malcolm Brogdon?
Yeah, somebody like that who can share the ball, who's not ball dominant, can guard a few different players. Their defense, specifically if you can find a little bit more of a mature player, because they do tend to play a little stupid basketball from time to time. So if you could find a player who's a little bit more of an adult, then yeah, that would be a good move for them.
Yeah, man. Moving on, man. Moving on. Your man, in other free agency news and rumors, it looks like Miami's PJ Tucker is going to opt out, according to Shams. And Shams, don't be wrong. He's kind of like taking the throne. Will opt out of his $7.4 million player option for 2002-2023 and enter free agency. Sources tell The Athletic. He was a key part of Milwaukee's title run in 2021, and he was a key defensive player for Miami in their run to the Eastern Conference Finals.
I don't like this at all. I think this is really bad.
Is PJ gonna get? I don't know if PJ gets more than 10. I mean, if you opt out, you get 10 million. He's gonna get signed because he plays defense. He's a 3-and-D guy, which everybody needs. I could see him going to Dallas, for example.
Whatever you're gonna pay Bobby Portis, you pay him, which is 10 million.
Bobby Portis gonna get 10 to 12 million, right?
Yeah.
So you think
so?
Then why do you hate it? Because he's opting out at 7.4. He obviously thinks he's worth more than 7.4.
No, the reason that I don't like it is because he's opting out. That means I think that Miami has some issues.
Yeah, they about to lose Hero, or Duncan Robinson, or they're gonna go get what's his name, Donovan Mitchell.
So from what I saw today, everybody is available minus Bam and Jimmy. So I think that there is going to be a shakeup on this team. Yep. I think that there is going to be a massive shakeup on this team. I don't know if this team likes each other that much because of the other things. We've seen the sideline stuff.
Jimmy is a hard dude to be on the team with. Because it's not this is
he's the consummate Heat player. Just like the Heat wear you down, make you work out, you have to have less than 10% body fat. Jimmy Butler is the work part of that. You're gonna work 90% of the time, and if you're not committed to 90% work, then you can't be here. And I think that Bam is number 1, 2 good, and I think that he likes that type of mentality, so it works. Everybody else, I mean, Kyle Lowry should have never been there in the first place. Completely.
Yeah, he should. I mean, he could be there. He just didn't need to get $37 million.
That is the reason that he shouldn't be there. So I think I would be more hell-bent on trying to move him, but I don't know who in their right mind would take him other than, I mean, I'm not swapping him for Russ. And I think those are two of the worst point guard contracts you got right now.
Why would you not swap him for Russ?
Because I think that at least he fits into the culture better than Russ. Russ right now is
you just said Jimmy Butler. Jimmy Butler is a guy. Russ, if anything, Russ is gonna do is going to work really hard. He's gonna work hard.
I agree.
His dedication has never been questioned ever.
No, not his dedication, but his basketball IQ. And when he keeps thinking that I can turn the ball over, Jimmy's not going for that. No, you can't turn the ball over. That's a valuable possession. Stop that. Then you're gonna.
And they about to lose a whole lot of shooting.
Yes, you're gonna have 2 pit bulls ready to fight, and Spoelstra got to hold them apart. Boy, no, no.
And Udonis has them.
Now you got a melee. Because Udonis said, "I'll whoop your ass, Jimmy."
On the court, and approached him like, "I'll whoop your ass," and Jimmy was like,
"Here." Yeah, you better not. No, I don't think that Miami is a team that Jimmy is gonna get you to a top tier. So you just got to find a way to find some guys who vibe with him. It ain't gonna be that many guys, but those guys they'll rock with him. I do think the hero's out. I think they probably gonna make a play for Donovan Mitchell.
Yeah, like I said, Donovan Mitchell is gonna end up in Miami, and that is going to be I would play him at the 1. I would get rid of Lowry, and then I would probably. Do you start Hero? Bring Strus off the bench.
Go on. Tyler Hero, once again, he's another guy. He is right now at his highest value. When an asset is at its highest value, time to move on. And he doesn't start.
Yeah. With that being said, man, we're gonna go ahead and jump to the WNBA. Some news for those that actually, God bless you, for those that actually follow, that know about it. And when I say actually follow, I don't mean it that way. If you have followed the WNBA or women's basketball, college basketball, especially women's college basketball, women's international basketball, there are a few people and names that stick out from our generation. Diana Taurasi is one. Candace Parker is another. You have Cheryl Swoops. The whole 90s. But she's really more too. You going 30 years back now. I'm talking about Sue Bird.
I'm old.
Sue Bird. Sue Bird has announced her retirement. This will be her final year playing for the Seattle Storm. She reminds me of like the female John Stockton. Like she's just been really, really consistent and really good since she went to UConn, right?
Correct.
Since her days she's one of the first. I was about to check that.
Before the internet gangsters get out to me. Yep, she did go to UConn.
Yeah, she was one of those. She was right after the Rebecca Lobos and all of that, right?
Yeah,
she was that next iteration. So she is been around for a long time. No controversy, nothing wild crazy. As we know about Cynthia Cooper, just a little older. I was more talking about like I think she's the Candace Parker generation, I believe.
Yep.
She's the Candace Parker generation. So she is winding down her career, man. Salute to Sue. Salute to Sue. Salute to Sue. Classy rollout too.
Player,
classy rollout.
Excellent point guard. Excellent point
guard. Moving on. Shout out to AJ. The Suns have made history. The Suns are hiring Morgan Cato, an NBA associate NBA associate VP of business operations, to be their new assistant general manager and VP of basketball operations. So not only did she get a promotion to VP of basketball operations from associate VP, she is now the new assistant GM. She is the first woman of color in NBA history to be an assistant GM. That is huge. The Suns have always, I won't say have always, in recent years have made some of the best front office moves in the game. And this is just another great move by ownership and leadership in that Suns organization. So salute to Miss Morgan Cato, man. How you feel about that, dude?
Congratulations. Once again, just like we talked about WWE, them having some situations they need to clean up. The Phoenix Suns have very similar issues. So yes, let's make sure that we support them. No, support her, and hope that they get that situation together too.
What situation you talking about? The front office?
Yep.
What they do? Huh?
Robert Sarver, remember?
Yeah. They kind of swept that under the rug though.
Yeah, but that's the reason we're the Splash Cast. We report on everything.
I guarantee you, y'all kind of. I about to say, I guarantee you, y'all forgot about that.
I didn't.
Oh man.
Sports knowledge.
Yeah, man. But with that being said, ladies and gentlemen, we have come to the end of the basketball segment of the Splash Cast, the Around the League edition of episode 60. Y'all stay tuned. Listen to some smooth tunes of the Splash Cast 36 pack as we get ready for our football segment. Y'all stay tuned. Y'all stay tuned. Y'all stay tuned. Ladies and gentlemen, yeah, Miami went on there and she was snapping.
Yes.
Yeah. Leave it.
And that is impressive. I feel like a lot of times the best women bars somehow get skipped over. This is the reason that I constantly go back to that Lotto album where she just
That Lotto album is good.
And for some reason, let me make sure I pick my words here right. The single is the song that everybody went to. Single is not the best rap song on that album. That single ain't the top 5 rap song on that album.
Nah, that's
and Braves win. Let's go, Bros!
Starting a new streak, 2-0, baby. 2-0. But with that being said, man, welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to episode 60 of the Splashcast. There's a joke there. Are the Around the League segment? The Around the League edition of episode 60. We are now going to get into our news around football segment. Got a few things we're going to talk about today. Let me make sure our volume levels are straight. Not a lot of news going on in the NFL. A few things. Your man Minkah Fitzpatrick got the bag. As we said before, we always like when people get the bag. So Minkah Fitzpatrick signed a 4-year, $73.6 million contract extension with the Steelers. It will pay him $18.4 million per season with $36 million guaranteed. He was set to become a free agent in 2022 after the Steelers exercised his 5th-year option in his rookie contract in April. If you remember, it was a blockbuster trade where the Dolphins, he requested a trade from Miami to Pittsburgh, and it was unprecedented because he was still on his rookie contract, and I think he requested that trade in his 2nd year, which is kind of unheard of from a football player to request a trade in their first 2 years, on their rookie contract. So shout out to Minkah Fitzpatrick, man, former Alabama standout that was there, who was probably one of the top DBs to ever come out of Alabama, which is saying something.
Yes. Shout out to the Dolphins. He was on your team. Great job.
Can't get right down there in Miami. Although they tried to get right, though. They was about to go get the GOAT.
Yeah, and then they ended up with multiracial McDaniel. That will be his name for the entire season,
life
and I only
ever,
assumed him
forever,
probably-
forever.
No, I assumed him to only have a season or two. Then they're gonna remind him he's still black.
Well, it's yeah. You still gotta abide by the rules, brother. Gotta abide by the rules. What do we call those? Drops. So, with that,
Like slime and ice machine, boy.
Oh man, so shout out to Minkah Fitzpatrick getting the bag. In other news, starting safety for the another starting safety in the AFC who was actually on the number one defense last year has decided to retire. That's a lot of words. I'll read it out to y'all. Khari Willis released a statement saying first he'd like to thank the Indianapolis Colts organization for the opportunity to play for 3 years. He has decided to retire and continue his journey and further advancement of the gospel of Jesus Christ. He thanks all his fans and friends for that supported him on his journey, and this was not a tough decision. It was a tough decision, but it wasn't. So shout out to Khari Willis hanging it up and actually pursuing something that else other than football and not being defined by the league. Good luck and Godspeed.
Yeah, I mean, we are guys who are pursuing our own hobbies and what we truly like to do. There's no way we can get up here and hate on this man. You made your money.
Man.
You did what a lot of people have tried their whole life to do. You were successful. Now you moved on to another venture. That's what we like here.
Yeah, man. Yeah, man. And this reminds me of Myron Rolle. Myron Rolle was a top safety that came out of Florida State, and he was really good. He was projected to be a top 10 pick. And he decided, his first round pick, I don't know about top 10, but he decided to go. He got offered an opportunity to go to medical school, to go study at Oxford in England on a full scholarship that is
And he's been
offered.
extremely successful in his endeavors afterwards.
That is offered to, I think, 1 or 2 students per year. He ended up going. He came back, got drafted by the Tennessee Titans after he finished. He was drafted in the 7th round. Everybody, of course, the NFL and everybody said he's too smart to play football, which is wild, crazy to think about it, but they say he's too smart. So he ended up leaving, going to medical school, and now he's one of the top neurosurgeons in the nation.
And he's a Rhodes Scholar. That's the part that
Rhodes Scholar. God, I couldn't think of it at all. Rhodes Scholar. So shout out to guys following their passion. Shout out to people following their passion and not being conformed to the rules that society is trying to make you live by. Woo! That was a bar.
Yeah, I remember we had one guy in our high school who's actually a Rhodes Scholar.
There's one at Hampton too. There's a dude at Hampton from Alabama. He was a Gates Millennial Scholar and he was a Rhodes Scholar.
Jeez.
He made money while in college. He made sure he was stupid smart though. Like he was wild smart. In other news, let's talk about Lamar. Your man Lamar says he wants $40 million.
Pay him.
Got to. You ain't got no choice. You ain't got no choice. There's nothing you can do.
This is the shortest segment ever. Pay him.
And Lamar, he is so locked in to getting this contract that they were like, you have to hire an agent. He was like, why? I have my mother. My mother sees that I'm kicking y'all butt. Pay me $40 million a year. And you have to pay me more than you paid Deshaun Watson because I don't have the baggage.
That boy he went to Amazon and got every piece of luggage they sold. Wait, there's more. No. This is not. I don't want the Billy Mays things.
Oh no, I want the nope. About to get us canceled. Will this get us canceled?
Canceled. No.
Oh man, I was about to say nope. I was still about to do it. But so Lamar, you think Lamar's gonna get 40? And if you give him 40, yes. How much guaranteed? Probably full. And how many years?
If he's smart, he doesn't take it all. You don't leave the cupboard bare. Especially as a guy who needs help. Not the best of what's available, but very good. But he needs help. And it's considering you just lost Hollywood Brown, that does say a lot about you as a quarterback. But due to the fact that this is a what's his name? Kirk Cousins situation. this is a Dak situation where you should have paid this dude a long time ago. Even though I think his situation was he hasn't been talking to them about money. I think he's just been betting on himself.
Talking about Lamar?
Yeah.
Yeah, so that's the
think
thing. Lamar has not engaged them at all in contract talks. He said, "This is my number. We'll get to it when we get to it." That's a lot of confidence.
The most confidence. That's.
But y'all got it. But he's right
I
though.
feel like it's like dating a woman. You're like, yo, so you interested? We get there. when I let you know that I'm interested, you can call me. Till then, stand over there and be quiet.
I like you. I like you. We'll get there. We'll get there.
Imagine if you told a woman that, hey, I like you. We'll get there.
We'll get there. Lamar treating the Ravens like a jump off. Get out of here. Let's go get us fired. My bad.
No, I'm drinking. I ain't hear nothing.
So Stephen A. Smith. So the Mike McCarthy was fined $100,000, and the Dallas Cowboys docked a 2023 OTA for violating practice rules. This is the second straight year that Mike McCarthy has been fined for violating rules regarding off-season practices, according to Jerry Jones. He was fined $100,000 for holding practices that were deemed too physical by the NFL.
Jerry Jones paid that.
He was fined $50,000, and the Cowboys were fined $100,000 for the same reason last year. Saying that basically they're practicing too tough. McCarthy then responded by cutting the Cowboys' mandatory minicamp down from 3 practices to 1 this week, but that did not have to do with the penalty. Allegedly. Yeah. So the Cowboys, sneaky, I know you here, man. Y'all can't get right over there.
Money doesn't matter to them. They didn't care about that. Jerry was like, "You want this now?" You like, I got this in my pocket, bro. If you want this, I can just give this to you and we can be done. Money to them is not the issue.
It is not, man.
Does anybody care about it?
Nope. But in other football news, man, it is actually the end of mandatory minicamps, I believe. I think everybody has gone on vacation as of last week, at the end of last week. So I think they get a couple weeks off. So what does that mean? That means we are officially 2 months away from preseason football, ladies and gentlemen. 2 months away from preseason football, NFL football.
I don't know how we missed this. There's another announcement. Jerry McKinnon to the Chiefs.
How many years?
1 more year.
Jet. Salute to Jet McKinnon, a.k.a. Norwood's brother, who has re-signed with the Chiefs. That is going to be a scary team. Y'all think they are down without...
Why did you think that they were down?
Because they lost Tyreek. They gonna come back. They gonna come right back like the Warriors. I'm not saying they're gonna win the championship. I'm saying they're gonna be there, and it's gonna be a problem. It is going to be a problem.
The best thing for you to do is try to be there. Beat them there, because they're gonna be there when you get there.
With that being said, ladies and gentlemen, we've come to the end of our football segment. I told you I was gonna be quick. Wasn't that much to talk about. It's the off season. OTAs are over with. There's really nothing to talk about other than USFL playoff start. Which again I started watching, and it has been very interesting. They play. I mean, it's still semi-pro football, but ain't a lot of rules being enforced out there, is what I'll say. But with that being said, man, we are going to now transition to our final segment of the Around the League edition of episode 60 of the Splashcast, the splashes of the week. Y'all stay tuned.
At 2.
We are back, ladies and gentlemen. We are back.
And for all y'all who did not know, that is Gucci Mane. He did come out with I think it's a 1017 mixtape. You know how he does collaboration album with all his artists.
Fire, and it's fire, it's fire, it's fire. Ladies and gentlemen, we are back with our final segment of episode 60 of the Splashcast. The splashes of the week. We got a few topics we're going to talk about today. Where are we gonna start? Let's start with the fireman. Fireman. Dang, I should really have like a DJ beat machine here so I can start pressing stuff like that. But anyway, pretty dope story that came out on ESPN and the NBA ESPN on Instagram. It's about Miles Copeland. It's kind of difficult for y'all to see, but Miles Copeland is a a semi-pro basketball player where he plays in the basketball league called the Basketball League, which is a pro startup. His day job is a firefighter in Toledo. After a 24-hour shift, he drove to New York for a playoff game, and when a ref collapsed, he performed CPR on him for 10 minutes, saving his life, then led his team to victory in the playoff game. Let me tell y'all something. I know this is just the basketball league, and I don't want to say just because I know people put a lot of blood, sweat, and tears in putting this league together because they actually have a playoff game in New York, and he drove from Toledo.
Not close. Midwest, East Coast.
You wouldn't be able to tell me shit. I'd be walking around like, I just saved this man's life. I just won a semi-pro basketball playoff game. I just won MVP. And I rescue kittens out trees and put out fires. So there's really nothing I can do. I'm a modern day Superman.
First, I look at this story backwards. If I save the referee's life, you better get every call I want.
You damn right I'm going to win MVP.
And if I don't, I'll smack the life back out of one of you guys, whoever it is.
Not back out of you. That's a terrible joke.
Hey, whoever nor would giveth, nor would taketh away. Let me tell you. That ain't no foul, ain't no travel, nothing. What I want, I get if you know what's good for you. I just saved your man's life.
Yeah, but jokes aside, shout out to Mr. Miles Copeland. This is one of the better stories that we read in a long time. The Glass City. I don't know. I'm assuming that's Toledo, maybe. Oh well. Moving on. The 2026 World Cup cities have been announced, and of course, we have to talk about it because there's a little city in the southeastern place of the United States, aka Georgia, called Atlanta, and the Mercedes-Benz Stadium will host one of the semifinal games, as well as not elimination games. I'm sorry, not group stage 1 games. This is actually when they get into elimination play, which is normally the semifinals, finals, quarterfinals, something like that. They are the Atlanta Mercedes-Benz Stadium is one of 11 U.S. cities that will be hosting these games, as well as joining Canada and Mexico, who will be hosting the games as well. I think I don't know if it's the first. It may be the first time that North America is hosting the World Cup. I don't think it's the first, but it may be. This is a long time, man. This is historic. I'm excited. Well, I watch soccer. I'm excited, but I feel like I have to go to I got to go to at least 3 of these games.
Yes. So as lucky enough, my city, not Augusta, Houston is also having these games in NRG. I think I would like to do both, if at all possible. Have one game here and one game in Atlanta. I think that would be fantastic.
We'll be there.
Yeah, double splashdown. and we
Double
got to
splash down.
2026 to plan this out, I think that I'm gonna probably make this happen. And by think, I'm surely gonna make one. My intention is to make two.
2026. So I have a bucket list. I've always wanted to visit as many NFL stadiums as possible. This takes place in mostly, I want to say, if not all, I think they're all NFL stadiums that will be hosting these soccer games. So, for example, I would love to go to LA to the SoFi Stadium. I would love to go to the Dallas Cowboys AT&T Stadium. Of course, I got to go to the home team, go to Mercedes-Benz Stadium, splash down in NRG Stadium. I have no desire to go to Boston. The Hard Rock Cafe in Miami, I would love to go. Of course, Seattle will probably be a good place to go, but I don't think that's the Seattle Seahawks field. I think that's really Lumen Field, which is the Seattle Sounders field.
Are you?
I'm not sure. I am not sure. I'm not sure. I'm not sure.
Yeah, I was about to say, because they will not be playing here where the Dynamo play. That's the first thing I looked at was the venue. And I get it. The soccer venue is a soccer venue for an American sport.
Oh no, they both play there.
NRG field.
They both play there. The Sounders and the Seahawks play at Lumen Field. It's the newer stadium that they built.
Yeah.
Okay.
Also, 1994 was the last time that North America had the World Cup, and then they played at the Rose Bowl, Stanford, the Silver Dome, Giant Stadium, Cotton Bowl, Soldier Field, Citrus Bowl, Foxborough, and RFK Stadium in DC.
World Cup said, you know what? We ain't coming back for 30 years till y'all get this shit straight. Y'all got to upgrade.
Wait. Now, you know what? I'm not going to. This is what I will say. Y'all do research into, while we do support, the World Cup and FIFA, that is one of the things that we like to do here is really get into the story behind the story, more than just give y'all stats and a bunch of stuff. Please look at FIFA and look at what they're doing in Qatar. Not great, but it is world news that you should definitely familiarize yourself.
Yeah, man, it's yeah. There's a lot of stuff going on in every sport, and this is no different.
Oh no. Let's make sure that everybody understands this is by far the worst.
It's bad. It's bad.
No, it's the worst. It is the worst.
Why is it the worst? Why is it the worst?
Because there are people who are dying.
Yeah. You talking about?
I mean, yes, the people who have migrated from other places to come work in Qatar during the job so that they can prepare for the World Cup. There have been thousands of people who have died, and that is tragic. Basketball, we talked about Robert Sarver and all of that. Baseball, the Houston Asterisks cheat. Football, Sean Watson, and that's bad. What the World Cup got going on is the worst, and there was all types of corruption and even how they got it. So it's an interesting thing, but that's one of the things that I think that everybody doesn't give you. We try to give you the news behind the sports, just not the sports.
Yeah.
Let's close out with your boy Jarangelo.
I don't know how is that really how you pronounce it? I'm sure that's wrong.
I have been trying in my head. I was like, I'm going to do my best to pronounce this, and it looks like Jarangelo to me.
He's Spanish though. I don't think they Harangelo.
You're right. Well, yeah, sure. Whatever it is, you want to be a Brave.
So Harangelo, last name.
I don't know how to say that part.
Harangelo last name. The Major League Baseball is one of the few, if not the only sport that has their draft and combine in the middle of the season is underway, and they have a switch pitcher. I said that correctly. You see that? Switch pitcher, not switch hitter. Switch pitcher. He pitches right-handed and left-handed, and it looks like he has the exact same form either way. They they said he's a natural lefty, but he does change when the batters change.
Just this is the Showtime
at the Apollo. tonight.
No, I'm talking about Shohei Ohtani.
Yeah, I know.
This is different. This is defensively. This allows you to have so much more control of the game.
Yes.
Whoever you have up there, you can strategize against that specific pitcher. I mean, that specific batter. Your moves are different. Your shifts are different.
That's the part for me was, yes, it's about batter, but the shifts, I mean, there's nothing you can do. Go ahead.
Right? That's it. I'm Atlanta. I think he's probably. You know what?
Who drafted him?
No, yeah, that's a great question.
What were you about to say?
I was going to tell Atlanta to draft him, but I was like, who am I to tell Atlanta who to draft? They've been doing a really good job. I'm gonna sit this out.
It looks like all the teams are watching him, including the favorite to land him are the Chicago Cubs.
As the guys who just
broke our streak. But with that being said, ladies and gentlemen, we have come to the end of episode 60, the Around the League edition of the Splash Cast. Y'all, we have covered HBCU news around the culture. We have covered news around basketball and news around football. And we had our splashes of the week. We didn't miss anything. Norwood, take us out.
We never miss anything because we're the realest podcast in the world. Not only that, I am what they call God himself, the PODGOD. You know me, baby. With that said, this has been an excellent episode. This episode 60 right here for you right now. This has been another fun time, a Monday night doing it raw. The only way to do it. Yep, it's Monday Night Raw. I want y'all to understand. When y'all get up on Monday morning, you should know, just like we were small children. Monday Night Raw will be coming on tonight. I need to find a way to make it to where I can sit down and watch it, just like all of our beloved viewers have been here on YouTube, have been here on Twitch, have been here on Facebook Live, the people who just listening real hard, everybody. Number one. Oh, before I forget,
whoa.
Let me get to the schedule for the week first. There will be this episode, Monday Night Raw. It will be out. Well, it'll be out now on Twitch. It may
and
be
YouTube.
out on YouTube or Facebook Live. You will get the edited version. If
tomorrow,
they don't call Reggie back to work, maybe Tuesday or Wednesday.
Going on.
He's been sending emails mid-pod. We don't stop working at anything that we do. So y'all just wait on that. Wednesday, there will be a Splashcast 36-pack. You can thank me now and thank me later. No Drake. And then we will be coming back with the Atlanta edition that will probably be out Thursday.
Yep.
We had to do a little bit of flip-flopping. That's one of the things we do here at Splashcast Studios. We make it work. With that said, Reggie, can you tell them where to find us?
Man, let me tell y'all something. First off, you can find us on Instagram at the Splashcast. You can find us before you go to Twitter or anywhere else. If you go to the Splashcast Instagram, you could click something called the link tree. The link tree shows all of our links. We have Twitter at _ the Splashcast. We have as Facebook, the Splashcast with Reggie and Norwood fan page. We have YouTube where we're at the Splashcast, or you can find us at Dive Team Media. We're at Twitch at the Splashcast. We are also Twitch, Facebook. We're on Instagram, Twitter. Oh, and if you want to reach out, remember, we support everybody. Black-owned businesses, small businesses, women-owned businesses, men-owned businesses, LGBTQ, whatever. If you want to work and have your apparel or service or goods or service advertised on the Splashcast, we would love to partner with any of the brands that you know. So please let us know and reach out to us at diveteammedia@gmail.com. Also, you can get the 12-pack on Spotify. Make sure you follow both the profile on Spotify at the Splashcast, and you follow the podcast on Spotify at Splashcast with Reggie and Norwood, or you can find us on any of your DSPs.
One is for the pods. One is for the tunes. One thing is for sure, we got both.
Yes, sir.
With that said, numero uno, number one. And can we shout out to the rookie? I cannot remember his name. Is it Mike Davis? I want to make sure I get this right. Braves, Atlanta.
Mike Harris.
More black
Michael
baseball.
Harris
And Mike
II.
Harris is playing some damn good baseball right now. So we, whatever your kids are doing, try to get them into baseball. I got a nephew who's stepping into it right now. Shout out to my brother out there at the baseball diamond. That is hilarious to me. So yes, please, more black baseball. Number 2, more Cowboys, more black Cowboys and Cowgirls. Number three, please hear me on this beloved Juneteenth weekend. Extended. We want, always, please listen. Historically black colleges and universities, the one that you graduated from, send the money over there. The historically black college and university that's in your neighborhood, send some money over there. Every other dime that you can find, send it to the greatest learning institution in all the world, the Hampton University. All jokes aside, please support our historically black colleges and universities. If we won't, then nobody will. Outside of that, Reg, what time is it?
Only one thing left to do. Hang out. Man, we appreciate y'all. We appreciate y'all, man. We thank y'all for tuning in. And I normally say a whole lot of stuff after this Let Music Play, but work has just pinged me, and I